Hello, my name is Victoria from Victoria Fit Personal Training. Today I wanted to take you through a bit of a tutorial on different ways that we can work the triceps. I get this question a lot. So we want to work the underneath of your arm here. There's many different exercises. I'm going to take you through a few that you can do today, either with body weight or with dumbbells. I'm also going to explain some further tips that can help you even if you're using a barbell as well. But to start off with, what I want to do is start off with one of my favorites, which is the skull crusher. So you can do this with either dumbbells, a tricep extension. So you're going to come into the skull crusher. Now, the reason this one is so fantastic is it's one of the highest recruiters of the tricep muscles. So you've got the triceps divided into three different parts: the medial, the lateral, and the long head of the tricep. And this one is a fantastic exercise to hit all of those. So I'm going to take you through that to start with, and then we're going to move on to some other ones. So whether you've got dumbbells or a barbell or body weight, we're going to cover it all today. So I hope you enjoy. So to start off with, what I want to explain is when you're gripping a dumbbell or a barbell, what you want to do is put minimal pressure on the wrists. So what happens is a lot of the times I see it being held like this when you're performing the exercise. Now what that does is it puts a lot of pressure on the wrists. Now if you do a lot of office work or computer work and you've already put a lot of pressure on the wrists, and this is going to even add that extra pressure, which is not ideal. What we want to do is squeeze the dumbbell nice and tight, or the bar, and flatten out the wrist there. So you'll see that I've brought it this way. Now by squeezing the dumbbell really, really tight, or the bar, then you're now recruiting the muscles in your forearms for them to go to work, to be able to stabilize your wrist, and your muscles in your forearms are then going to be able to enhance you being able to handle the weight and perform that exercise with greater ease and greater effectiveness. So the first one we're going to come into, so keep that in mind through all the exercises that you do. Really, really handy, and keeps your stabilizers in check, works those smaller muscles as well, and as well as using the muscles that you're aiming for in the particular exercise. So use that tip across many different things. But what we're going to do, get into the skull crusher. So for start off, we're going to do, you can do this whether you're lying on the floor or on a bench. So if you've got a bench, then definitely grab one. Now here we're going to lay back. We're going to make sure our back is flat against the floor. We're lifting those dumbbells straight up. Now we're keeping our elbows about shoulder width apart. We don't want them flaring out. So this is different for everybody depending upon your mobility. So, but you don't want your elbows flaring out. So you want to try and keep your elbows in that same position. Now we're going to come back towards our forehead and then drive it back up again. So doing that one more time, coming back and back up. Now if you want to hit the long head of the tricep even more, then you're going to do that same exercise, but you're going to bring it above your head. And then back up. So that's a great one of my favorites to be able to work those triceps. It's very, very effective. So that's your first one. If you are doing it with a barbell, your wrists are going to be this way. You can do it with the dumbbells as well this way. Now what you want to do, once again, keep those wrists nice and flat. Keep those elbows in as you come back and back up. All right, so that is the first one. So with that one, the medial and the lateral head of the tricep is hit when we're going towards our forehead. When we're going above our head, that's when the long head gets hit of the tricep. So a few different versions there. Now, the next one I want to go through is you can actually just do a single arm dumbbell tricep extension. So what that's going to look like is just straight over your head with one dumbbell. Now, important with these, anything overhead, you want to keep your core nice and tight, so make sure it's engaged. Reduce the amount of curve in your lower back. So you want to tuck that tailbone in and under, keep your core nice and trunk nice and strong. You're going to bring this arm up, you're bringing it back, and back up. Controlling the movement in both directions, and back up. So that's another version that you can do with the dumbbell. Another one, you have the tricep kickback. Now this can also be done either standing, so you'd be bending both legs slightly, you can use your knee as support, or if you've got a bench, you can use the bench, whichever you have. From here, you can retract through your shoulder blade, bringing it up, and then you're kicking back. Back down, nice and controlled each movement. Up, kick back, and back down. So you really feel this one in your tricep. Make sure your arm goes nice and straight. In this position, you want to kick it all the way back. If you don't kick it all the way back, if you only come to here, you may not get that full benefit of really engaging that muscle. So make sure that that comes all the way back. Now, another version of this same exercise is you can come down. This one is going to work the core even more. So this is a fantastic one if you want to work the core and your triceps. So you can use one dumbbell, come up into a plank, tuck those hips down and under. You want to come into a plank, legs are separated for a base of support. You want to make sure as you lift the dumbbell, your hip doesn't lift. You want to keep it nice and steady to load up that core really well. So get your core nice and tight, and you're lifting back and back down. Roll it to the other side, lift, back, and back down. So you see there, my hips aren't moving much at all. So they're the ones to get started with. Now the other one you can do is also you can do this standing, or you can do it with your back against the bench is helpful, because that gives you that base of support to push against. So there's another one that you can do. What you want to do is arms up and come all the way back, behind your head, and back up. All the way back, and back up. You can do that with a weight plate as well. So there's a few different options, but I just want to give you a couple of different variations today to get you started. Now, another one that you can do if you are looking at doing body weight, you can just get a stool, come in here. Now, if you're having your knees bent, this is going to be an easier option. Now here with the shoulder, it is quite a complex joint because it goes 360, yeah? Whereas most joints, like our knee for example, will only hinge back and forth. It won't go all the way around like our shoulder does. So what we want to do is take extra care, especially in this particular exercise, to really grow that chest nice and wide. So you want to pin those shoulders back, open up the chest before coming into this exercise. We don't want to do it with our shoulders rounded because it's not going to be able to give us the ability to gauge our range of motion. So what you want to do is when you come into this exercise, you're coming to the side. Now your hips are going straight towards the ground. You don't want to bring them up at all. So stay here. You're going to open up that chest, And then you're going to keep your elbows tracking behind you. So don't let them come out this way, yeah? So we want to keep them tracking behind us, coming all the way down and back up. Now when you've opened up your chest at the top, you are going to feel your range of motion where you need to stop. So when you come down, I can feel about there, I'm at my full range of motion, then coming back up. Now for a harder version of that, you can straighten those legs out, only if you can still keep your body coming straight up and down. So you're coming down and back up. So always remember, try not to lift those hips at all. You want them coming straight down and straight back up. Another version is you can get, if you have both of those mastered, then you can elevate your feet as well, and that's going to take the exercise to another level also. So you'd have your legs straight, you'd be in between two benches, you can bring your legs out here and open up the chest, coming down and back up. So there's a few different ones there to get you started on your triceps. Any questions at all, please let me know. I'm always happy to hear from you. So until next time, I look forward to bringing you more content like this. But yeah, definitely great way to work the triceps. And there's a number of other different ways that you can work the triceps in the gym as well, with cables, and you can also use resistance bands as well. So any questions, send them my way. But until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye.